I rock to read.
Learning to read fluently is no different than learning to read musical notes to play a musical instrument. Each note must be individually learned in terms of the instrument it will be played on. The ultimate goal is simple. The playing of individual notes in a certain order comprises the musical score. The ability to read music provides the ability to play music you have never heard. Some people never learn to read music. They learn to play popular songs by watching others play the instrument. They play by ear, without the ability to read musical notes. The strategy of playing by ear limits their use of the instrument. The result is the inability to play music that they are unfamiliar with. The ability to read music enables the student to play music of increasing complexity. One note is learned at a time, and gradually single notes are combined into more complicated chords. In much the same way, the importance of learning to phonetically decode the printed word is crucial. One phonetic sound is learned at a time, and gradually, isolated phonemic sounds smoothly combined into more complicated sound and syllable blending. Phonics is the connection between speaking vocabulary and the printed page. Complete mastery of isolated phonemic sounds enables children to read just about anything their speaking and listening vocabulary allows. Recent trends in the classroom have stayed away from the teaching of phonics. Students learn to read with varied combinations of whole language or hit-and-miss phonics. At random, whole words are taken from a story, and students are encouraged to look, say, and memorize the whole word. With minimal emphasis on multiple vowel sounds and spelling patterns, letter sounds are taught after the whole word has been introduced. As a result, students guess at words through context cues, and sight words are taught at random. This look, say, and memorize method fails to categorize isolated phonemic sounds into logical reading, writing, and spelling patterns. Visual tracking skills are not emphasized, and blending skills are never really established. This can lead to both letter and word reversals. Students are often unable to make meaningful attempts to decode words that have not been introduced or memorized. The look, say, and memorize method is comparable to playing by ear. It leaves the student unprepared to read unfamiliar stories and limits their ability to make meaningful attempts to read stories of increasing complexity. The English language has 26 letters in the alphabet, and over 90% of its words consist of 44 phonetic sounds. Learning to properly decode these 44 phonetic sounds is the key to everything that kids do in school and in life. However, to master the 44 phonetic sounds in the English language, the student must break down the barrier of an inconsistent phonetic code. A single phonetic sound may have several printed symbols, and a single printed symbol may stand for more than one phonetic sound. These inconsistencies in the English phonetic code generate many inconsistencies in word analysis and the decoding process. Less able readers often have difficulty decoding the inconsistencies of the phonetic sounds, and as a result, they make meaningless attempts to guess at words that are not instantly recognized or immediately identified. Much too often, less able readers are limited to reading words that have been solely introduced and/or memorized. Brain hemispheric research deals with the study of how individuals learn and the efficiency with which they are taught. A major conclusion has emerged from this research. Most reading and writing instruction provided by schools fails to utilize the tremendous learning capacity of the right side of the brain. Here's how the brain works. The left side of the brain is logical, rational, and analytical. Highly verbal and mathematical, it performs with computer-like sequential logic. The right side of the brain concerns itself with intuition, creativity, and imagination. The creative thought processes of poetry, art, and music are based on the right side of the brain. Many right-brain students have an affinity for music and rhythm. They allow the music and rhythm to work for them. Simply stated, the right side of the brain is a motivating factor that is all too often left out of the classroom experience. Phonics instruction is built on part to whole. It is logical and sequential. Yet right brain learners think whole to part and often have difficulty with sequential thought. Most curriculums are geared for left brain learners, and fundamental left brain skills must be mastered on a day-to-day basis. Daily, right brain learners are forced to cope with left brain instructional activities. There is an unbalanced emphasis on left brain activities and left hemispheric involvement of instructional strategies in the schools. As a result, right brain learners often have trouble learning to read with traditional reading methods.
I rock to read.